Badul ngal kontong, dalam Omar Wally. So, you all know, from what is happening currently, Atagla interview, where he made some comments and which did not go down well with people. And he's under fire, you all know. But my issue here is, I think both the interviewer and the interviewee should be held responsible.
What are some of the challenges you faced so far, as you work towards achieving this vision of internationalizing Gambian
Tribalism.
music? Tribalism?
Yep.
There's also that in music. I thought that was only in politics.
I think it's the main problem that has been weakening Gambian music.
I need you to explain this. How is tribalism setting Gambian music back?
Actually, I've been a victim, and I'm still a victim of what I'm talking about right now. There's a big project coming up trying to make all Gambian artists one, per se, and making sure like whatever we do on songs to sensitize the people, it's coming from our hearts, not just, you've been paid to perform to sensitize about unity and you just got your money, that's it. For me, I've been singing in Wolof, and most of my fans are Wolof. I have a lot of Mandinka fans. I have a lot of fans that are in Mandinka societies, in other Jola societies. But look,
hopefully in Manjago society as well.
Yeah, but in all of these ethnic groups, they have their artists. Like when you go to the Mandinka people, they have their big star, that they will always want to praise whenever there's a geek or something that's meant for somebody like Attack. They will rather give it to their person. And when Attack has a show, most of these people will just want to segregate and make sure like no Mandinka goes to Attack show.
Oh, that's sad.
They've been doing it on social media, trying to discriminate, trying to take me down all these years. Whenever you say something good about me, it's not relevant, it's not important. But whenever there's something, little bit something bad about, or anything bad news about me, they're always eager to publish it and also to add some little stuff that's just gonna worsen the case. Actually, most of these big media houses are owned by the Mandinkas, I might say. When you talk of the big,
let's avoid names.
I'm just gonna be precise and make sure like this thing that I'm talking about precisely this year. We're not here to I don't know how to say it, but whatever has to be said, I feel like has to be said. It don't matter how the next person gonna feel. But I feel like whenever like there's something good about whosoever it is, it has to be published in a positive way. And the support don't always has to stop at one person, like this are artists. They always have to generalize it and make sure like, all of us that are coming from other ethnic groups are also benefiting from these, positive spreading of news. Actually. Okay. So that's my point. So, but whenever I have anything, good, they're not gonna post it. My successes, my big moves, or all of this stuff that's been going on in my career, they never want to talk about it. But whenever Attack has been interrogated or whatsoever or stuff like that, they they are, making sure like they add even some, to even spice it up, to make sure like they have what they want.
But there's a saying, whatever doesn't kill you makes you what?
Stronger. That's why I'm here still.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I feel like, not only the social, but it's been, like you said, in the politics, like whenever, like, even the politicians are having their rallies, you see yourself, the Mandinkas standing their side, the Wolof standing their side, they do it in groups. So this is gonna, I feel like by time, we don't know where this is gonna lead to, but tribal conflict is something that led to Rwanda in wars, Sierra Leone, Liberia, and we don't want Gambia to be part of these countries that we've seen being in tribal wars.
And I can tell you, musicians can play a lead role.
Yeah, this lead role, that's what I'm talking about. This lead role has to come from the heart. Like, a big Gambian artist that is representing an ethnic group is wrong. I believe all of us should represent Gambia.
Absolutely.
It don't has to be like, Attack is having a musical problem with ST or Hussein. So all of the Mandinkas who get up and fight against him. I feel like this been the case, and it is still a problem. It's gonna lead to something that we all don't want. And I believe, like, this in the music industry, like, has been here. And now it's even worse. Because, like, people like me, are not trying to let it slide, or are not trying to, just, because I'm a young guy, I'm still, I have the energy and all of that. Like, there's no criticism. There's nothing that could make me feel like,
nothing that could bring you down.
Down, exactly. So,
Well, you gave the example of Attack, but I hope that was just, an example, because Attack was here last week and he had nothing. Sorry, ST was here last week and he had nothing but good to say about you. Yeah. I mean, he called you a superstar, and I thought, maybe that was very, that was highly complimentary.
To you.
Well, okay, whatever it is. To me, yeah, okay, all right.
Uncle Peter, the thing is, these people are manipulative. Sorry about the word, but like I said, I'm hitting these things straight to the point. Like, there's nothing I'm trying to, like that, it's not happening. For me, I believe with the help of all Gambians, me personally, my career or where I am at right now should have been in another level. The fact that I am here is because he mentioned me.
In a complimentary manner, again, I say.
Yeah, that's why I am here, I believe. When I got the call from Wagan, I went back to the show. I watched everything. I was like, what if this was the thing that has been going on like 3 years ago? We will not be here trying to solve these tribal issues. Or I will not be here trying to feel like, having this thing in me that somebody's trying to fight me or somebody's trying to bring me down. But you don't want nobody to talk about me. You don't go nowhere and talk about me or any other artist. You don't want to bring nobody to your platform. It's like you don't want to help people that really need it, because I believe if people like him has been giving this complimentary, words, people like myself would have been, gone internationally, I might say, because they've been there well before us. They know the part, they know the way. So why not wherever you go? You try to always bring something positive. Try to preach something positive. Try to bring an upcoming. Try to, do something for the music industry. All over the years, it has been just for themselves.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on.
Let's
move on.
Both the interviewer and the interviewee should be held responsible for this. What happened? What is currently trending on social media? I'm going to start with Peter Gomez. He called himself a veteran. He has been doing this job for years. But time and again, we have seen how he allowed people to do things deliberately without asking the right questions. You remember when that shooting happened, Sukura Jaba, Abe Sankare interview. Sankare made some unsubstantiated claims. He did not, ask the right questions. All what he was saying was like, really? Journalism, we don't use the word really. Journalists don't use the word really. You had the interview with Attack. So Attack was making some comments, very derogatory comments about Mandinkas, about Mandinka media owners, but Peter did not do the right thing. I'm going to start with one thing here. I just wrote down something. He said, when Attack said, they make so no Mandinka goes out to support me. Okay. Peter's response was, oh, that is sad. Journalism, you don't do that. You don't say that is sad. How does Attack knows that Mandinkas, or they make sure Mandinkas don't go to his program? For now, Q City, for Molakalo Bundalak to find out A is Mandinka, B is Fuller, or non-Mandinkas are not coming, because even our national documents, the ID card, the passports, it doesn't bear any tribe. It just have your name, place of birth, date of birth, the year, kind of. But why is Peter allowing all these things to slip through? How do you know that Mandinkas don't go? That's what serious journalists should do. Serious broadcasters should do. If you asking someone, this is what happened, but Peter did not do that. And the guy went ahead again and said, quote unquote, Mandinka media owners don't interview him. That is a diabolical lie. You can all go to Kerfatu. Kerfatu is there for everybody. All these other media houses is the same thing. So when you check Kerfatu YouTube, he has a program called The Playlist, which playlist means Sally Job like Sally Job interview everybody across whatever tribes you belong to. And I've checked, you can go on YouTube and check Kerfatu playlist. As far back as 6 years ago, Attack was on Kerfatu. As recently, even when he was signed by Afisel, Kerfatu carried his story and many other things. So Peter want to tell us that he doesn't know. And when he said that the only thing who could have, I remember for him go, okay, don't mention media houses, something like that. Don't mention names. Journalism, you don't do that. He could have asked him, but if he's a serious person, serious about his job, serious about journalism, and not to fuel anything to create trouble, what he could have done was like, but as I suppose he's informed, he's supposed to know that, okay, because before you bring somebody on your platform to interview, you should know better. So he could have asked, but Kerfatu has a playlist. You are online. You could have gone on the internet. That's what we do on Focus on Africa. When somebody, you have your output editors, you have the producers, they're sitting down. When somebody want to make something, you can just Google one time and find, Google, Attack, you said this, but that's not true. You not in a proper way. So you can tell him, okay, but Kerfatu interview you and see Fature is a Mandinka, So why did you say that Mandinka media owners? Because all these media houses, it's not about tribe. They are there to cover everything. But the thing here is, Konante ya mengalonko, they have to watch ST. And there are other people. You know. O konante ya yalo mandingkol kamemfo isi kukong asikanya isi la fikula asikanya ye ST kong iyafo saying you end up attacking the entire Mandingo people because things that Peter allowed to slip through, even somebody in high school press club will ask better questions than him. I'm a trained journalist. I work for global broadcasters, so I know there are words that you don't use. There are things that I have a colleague, he works at the BBC, fantastic broadcaster, journalist. Whenever he's interviewing people on Focus on Africa, you know what he does? He always said, indeed. There was a day, our regional director pulled him aside and said, in journalism, you don't say, because it means you are conforming. If you say indeed, you are conforming. When Jali Alajimbai died, I was on Focus on Africa. I was doing an interview, telling them about the story. I think so. I hope so. You know, somebody just came and said, things like that, you don't say that because you take you out of the story. So we don't know what this boy wants because he's contradicting himself, and the person interviewing did not even, I don't know whether he did not do his homework. You said your fans are mainly Wall of people. Fine. But we have seen how diverse Gambia is when it comes to music, because somebody like me, where I come from, there is no single Wall of there. Kabirin Kerewane Badal. For Pasamas, there is no single Wall of village. Abe Mandinko ni Fulol ni Sarahulo Lebejasiri. That's why Kabo Mandinka Kamala are more proficient, fluent in Sarahula than any other local languages in the Gambia. Somebody like me from Wole, no matter how bad it is, I speak a little bit of Wolof, and I can relate because I listen to old Senegalese music. You will be surprised to know that somebody like me, when I was growing up, I listened to somebody like Kinalam. One of the people I listened to in Jagambai, I listened to Marinjai Gaulo. And even that Marinjai Gaulo, one of my favorite songs is like Alelemoe Setane. But here is the thing. Some of these guys are not making any sense. You sing, you're just making noise. You're not singing. You're just making noise. And you want people to waste their time. Because even, like I said earlier on, you hate ST, you don't like him, you've been fighting him, now look at how it boomerang on you. Mandinkas don't support. They make so this and that and that. Obo is a Mandinka. Obo was on stage with you. How about those thousands of Mandinkas, when they go and embrace your event? So I think if you have your personal issues, try to address them. Okay? But don't bring this thing all the way to the tribes. And this goes to journalists also. You cannot call yourself a veteran, you cannot call yourself whatever it is, and you allow this. We have seen time and again. And Peter has been doing this. We are all condemning attack. I'm not supporting him. I condemn him because for me, I'm not going to support attack unless he comes out and apologizes to Mandinkas. And this is what I'm going to advocate for. I'm not ashamed of that. Whoever is it, I would say, boycott him. Because Kulubalia, if they don't train you, you will meet some people on the street like me who are also not trained. We will teach you the lesson. Because this thing cannot continue. Yalo nyadu ngona meta, alka fulani nyako endolek. Nini mwobe nyola, alwe sade kila aldini mal, al nyadu ntanyola. Alka findi sado bandale. Alekele. In Wuli, that's what we call fulani nyako endo. Nali e bira ulungali, al senta nyola. Ale nyo tembolo. O nyadu nyo kobe kabanda. He is not the first person. He is not the second. Jaliba Kwate is here. Did you ever hear Jaliba complain about other people not supporting him? No. But For a very long time, ST has been under this. You ask, you even minor press conference, I will not go and tell you, Sunuru, why do you sing in Wolof? Why do I have to ask him? He's Wolof, of course. So, but they always go and tell ST, you expect him to sing in Lingala? Or in Kenya, Rwanda? Or in Amharic? No. But he tried to blame. Look, somebody like me, if, like I said, I'm not that proficient in Wolof. Of course, I listen to Wolof music. Let's say Vivian, I listen to his music. He sang so many songs, you know. Of course, some of these songs, you know where it come from. Sayon Miller na Lelindawal Bebel. Of course, that doesn't make sense to me. I don't know what he's saying. But in one of the Vivian songs, it was just a flash through. He was just said, Manyo kana kumbo dunia betende. Malon something like Masane say. Of course, if every Mandinka will relate to that. ST will be like, you know, social, do social, Ken, why man, my social, boy, social. Yep. I have a nephew who came from Wally. He cannot even speak Wolof. But this is what he always quote us by. So what is the problem? I know all those people. I listen to them. Sometimes music, like they said, like we always said, I'm not frontier. Like I said, I listen to Maringa Gaulo. I listened to Kumbagalo. My French was bad. I did study at the university, but it wasn't that much perfect. Sometimes I do listen because he makes so much songs. There is sense. Kumbagalo Seka. Say do swa, say sansla. Okay, what is Keskela swa? What is swa? Okay, like she said that in Wolof in one of her songs. Sans Shenji Kodon Ben and she will like say do swa, say sansla. Okay. But somebody, like I said, a Wulinko like me, without no single Wolof village where I come from, I listen to those people. Some of these people here, many alonko, ini mandinko le wuluta, ini menta nyokam, ini ekobeke nyokam. Ask each and every one of them. Let me not even go back to the old generation. Ask them about Jaliba Kata. They will, Jaliba, no, come on, man. People who don't even appreciate it. They will be like, okay, that is not part of their generation. Kilalam is not my generation, but I listen to her music. Imagine people telling you, Jaliba Kata, okay, How about if I ask them about Lalo Kewa? How about if I ask them about Bute Boy? Do they know him? What is our problem in that country? So I think the best thing for this guy, whether he is inebriated, because this is what I heard all the time, they're saying he's on drugs and so on. Well, it's better if, whether you are inebriated when you are doing that interview, that's your business. But I think you're supposed to come out and apologize to Mandinkas. Okay? This is the thing. Come and apologize to them, and we see what we can do. And for Peter Gomez, okay, Balti, we cannot continue like this. You have been doing this job for decades, okay? So you should know the questions you should ask, how you should ask them, but you cannot conform when you are conducting interviews. Journalism, you are doing disservice if you continue like this. Please do proper journalism, proper interviews. Do your homework before you come and sit on that desk. Okay? So for attack Lemon and so on, then you have a problem. And the only thing you can solve this problem, still a sign. Ada fengide will sign. Say somebody to the other level. Okay? So somebody is saying, we don't even have all. Exactly. Those who know where I come from, I have so many people from Wally here. That is it. But in Gakarelangana, at least you try to communicate. But more many any man in Kola Wulu, what the hell is going on in that country? Like I said, my kids, one of them was born after when Chon Seka died. if you play that song, John Sekalo song, that's the song he likes. One of my kids also, she doesn't even understand Wolof, but she loved one of Viviana Denkilo. So that is the thing. So what do you want? So I think Nimbe Tonya Fola, we have to address both people. We have to, okay? This, he's just blowing my phone. Okay. And I don't think he's going to recover from this unless you come out and apologize. Peter, at least Hanni Momalo, you should know better. Okay? Even a high school press club should not ask journalism level 100. Let me just say that. Somebody just said, could they make sure they didn't go out? How do you know that? This is what people do. You ask questions. But you cannot even allow them to slip out. Like I said, journalists don't say, really? Oh, that is sad. So you're conforming, you're agreeing to what he's saying. You are part of the thing. So both Peter will be responsible and attack as well. And Peter, we are watching you. We know, we are watching. We will not allow you to be doing these kind of things on we know, because we know, but yalo, cool. So you are getting exposed gradually. Kebaba, at your age, you just doing something like that? You don't even have to be a journalist to know this. Even normal conversation. You should know that. But like I always said, get an atomic bomb, but people are hiding behind other things. Media houses. Do they discriminate? No. Kerfatu is all over, cover everything. Playlist, Sally Jobs is Wolof. He does that program. Sally Jobs sit with Bora. Bora speaks Mandinka. Sally speaks Wolof. They go. You go to Grand Bantaba. The Grand Bantaba, Nene. She's not fluent. Professor, whatever you call it, Mandinka. MC Cham. They all sit on that platform. What are you talking about? They employ people from diverse backgrounds. They are not here to pick and choose. What they are doing is to interview everybody. So what is the problem? We are not in those generations now. And one thing we will not do is for anybody to come and disrespect us. Yeah, you will not accept that. That is one thing you will not accept. You either do your job as a broadcaster, as a journalist, or you stop what you're doing. But this nonsense cannot continue. You cannot bring people to your platform and insult us. No. Journalists, really? Journalists? Oh, that is sad? Where? Where did you study? Journalism. Come on, man. So whoever is going after Attack has his own, acts to grind with us. But Peter too, we will call him out. Peter Gomez, we will call him out and tell him, Ila doku ima kanyam. Thank you so much.
What would you say is the state of the music industry in the Gambia today? How would you describe the music industry?
We're growing from the point we have been to where we are right now. I feel like we are really growing. But with the eradication of these tribal conflicts and all of this in the midst of us, the youth, we could have been, way, on another level internationally, So, I believe in a couple more years, with me trying to stand on this, making sure like Gambia is one. You don't have to always try to put on your Mandinka artist on that show, or trying to make sure it's only that wall of artists going on that tour. I'll be here trying to make sure Gambia is one, either by hook or by crook, making sure like everybody is gonna be like, I'm a Gambian, not a Wolof, or I'm a Gambian, not a Mandinka. we all can be having a jovial relationship.
Absolutely.
With all of these things, we can do it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I believe with us having this unity and oneness, like if ST constantly keeps mentioning my name wherever he goes, I believe Gambia is gonna be one.
Okay.
But it's something that's new. I'm also,
Every start is a good start.
Actually, so that's why I came actually to emphasize that point.
Fantastic.
The fact that I'm here is because he said something good about me.
And we will make sure it continues.
Thank you.
We will make sure it continues. We'll cut the fans out of the two of you. And
a big positive leader like Uncle Peter can really do it. That's why
it's a challenge. And finally, Attack. What's the biggest misconception people have about you?
That's what I just said. Like when you say Attack, all they see is this rude boy that's always been saying, stuff on his music or stuff like that, acting some type of way. That's just for entertainment, guys. That's just for entertainment purpose. But other than that, like I'm a cool person. I'm a weird person. I'm a righteous person because I love my religion. I make sure like I'm not doing what I used to do. I always repent and making sure I'm growing, not being on those things I was doing when I was really young.
Way in the past.
Yeah. Like recently, I met an upcoming artist who was like, "Why are you not that active? Like how you have been with the boys going around everywhere?" I was like, "I'm growing right now. I'm a big guy right now." He said, "You can still do it." I'm like, "No, I'm growing," and I believe like I'm really growing, and I'm past that life now. So let Gambians and people listening to Gambian music not see me as a bad person, because I'm not a bad person.
Absolutely.
I'm only doing it to make sure I have you guys your attention so that I can get into you guys, But actually my fans are loving it and I'm gonna keep doing it.
What does success mean to you?
Moving from a present.
Because you talk about this next level.
Yeah.
Is that do you feel you're successful? And yes, if yes, what does success mean to Abdullah or Attack Gay?
Sometimes like when I talk about like where I wanna reach or where I wanna go, where I am at right now is like nothing to me, But on the other side, I'm really grateful because in a short period of time, I did it. I told myself I'm gonna be at the peak of Gambian music. Wherever they're gonna be naming the first two, my name is not gonna be left out. That's a huge success for me, because when you talk about the top big players in the Gambian music, you cannot go without not naming my name. That's a big success for me. But where I wanna go to is like take the Gambian music to a level whereby like we talking about the BETs, the Grammys, the big platforms whereby Gambian music has never been. That's where I wanna be at. That's where I want Gambian music to be at. I want the American people to know about what we have going on here. That's all I want. I want all over the world to know about like the other artists, not just me, but the all other good artists that we have here. For instance, sometime in future when I'm going to a festival or whatnot, I might go with one or two Gambian artists that are really good. This something that we need like in the Gambian music, and I feel like it's something that we something we can call success, you know, in general. But where I am at right now, in the other side, I can say I'm grateful because, you know, it's been a lot of, you know, it's been a lot, you know, when you talk about like trying to get to, you know, a peak or wherever you want to get to. But in this type of situation, it's like me, I'm a strong-headed guy. I always make sure, like, whatever I stand for, you know, I die for. Like, I don't even want to care about what the next man is saying or how hard it is on me. You know, the fact that, like, I'm having support from my loved ones and my fans, and they're really happy about what I'm doing. I'm making sure every day I'm doing something, you know, to make them happy, or for all of us to get somewhere someday.
And how do you balance fame with privacy? You're famous.
Yeah.
How do you ensure that, you know, what is private remains private? Doesn't spill out into the open.
I'm not a social media type of guy, number one, and number two, I've been really outside because I've been I was a straight boy, been in the streets, you know, doing whatever, making sure, like, you know, yeah, I'm alive. But yeah, when I started doing music and knowing that, like, I could really make something out of this, I started, you know, taking a lot of my friends and my loved ones that's been in the street out of the street, and making sure, like, they know where we're heading. Because I feel like if we cannot collectively do it, it's never going to be done. You know, me individually, I would just do whatever I can to a point where I cannot, and I will stop. Somebody else going to come again. But collectively, where we can take this whole thing, I believe, you know, it's something that all of us to be focusing on. But I don't know. It's like, you know, sometimes you say it's working fine. Sometimes you sit down in your little corner and you cry. You know, that's how life is. But, you know, we're still managing and making sure, like, you know, we're cool. But I'm not a social media type of person. I'm not always trying to show myself outside. I'm always indoors. Like I'm telling you right now, since when I started making, knowing that we're making waves with my people, I told them, you know what, we're getting out the streets. We're going on a professional career. We're trying to do something for our people back at the house, at the homes. Bring food at the table, you know, making sure the family eat. So how can you do that? You have to make sure, like, you're not doing what you used to do. You're not going to be outside rampant in the clubs, you know, doing what you've been doing, you know, before. So I believe that's the thing that's been helping me a lot, because I'm, apart from being famous, I'm a notorious person. When I say notorious, like, you know, it's been, you know, when you talk about attack, most of the times what people will see is like gang, boys in the street, bandies, you know, stuff like that. That's what comes in people's mind.
But is that what attack is all about?
No. In a real life, when you sit with me, you're going to be like, come on, this is not what I thought.
Yeah, well, that's the impression I have already of
you. Yeah.
That's really impression that I have already.
Yeah, this is not what I thought. Yeah. So, actually, I'm a gangster in the music because that's how my fans love me. That's how I brand myself. That's what brings money for me. Other than that, sometimes I'm a shy guy.
So the stage attack is different from the private attack.
Yeah. Absolutely. When you come meet me at the house, sometimes when we talk, I cannot even look at you directly in your face.
Maybe that's why you're wearing shades.
I'm a shy type of guy in a real life, but when I'm doing music, it's like, I put that aside and make sure I do what I have to do.
Okay. If you weren't a musician, what would Attack Gay be? If you were not a musician?
A footballer.
You'd have been a footballer.
Yeah.
Did you play Nawetan? Did you play in a school team?
Yeah. I did all of that, and I've been really fascinated about football, and it's the support I've been getting when I was really young from my grandmom and my mom. They apart from my education, playing football was one of those things that they really supported me doing. Like, whenever I want to go training, they will not stop me. Whenever I wanted new boots, they're going to buy for me,
really?
Stuff like that, So, yeah, so that's why I was so,
And when you didn't pursue a career in football and chose music instead, were they still supportive?
No. No.
What did they not like about the music industry?
My mom was talking about drugs, girls, and politics.
How did you escape the temptation of girls and drugs?
I feel like when it comes to drugs, I've been in it. The temptation for the girls, my mom's words always been the help, actually.
Very good.
Because whenever I want to do something bad, when I think about whatever she told me before, I'm like, no.
Is she still there giving you support?
Yeah.
Very good.
Because when I started about this whole music thing, they were like, no, you cannot do this because you're the brightest amongst my kids. And she's been a single parent mom, and she's invested a lot in our education.
Ah, bless her.
So the fact that she don't want that to go in vain, that's why at that moment I know she felt like, music was not the right decision.
Does she support your wearing dreadlocks?
Yeah, personally.
She does?
Yeah, she knows everything I'm doing right now, and shouts to her because, she's been a close person to me, since when I was very, 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 very young. I grew up with my grandmom because she went to Germany early, abroad. So we've been communicating on a regular, like, daily. I have to report what has been going on in the school every day because, I was that type of kid. I was really making sure everything is intact, and I was also having good grades as well. So
very good.
My mom was really happy about all of that. So me doing music was not something she was expecting, because when I was really young, I would come up with, today I want to be a pilot, tomorrow, I always come up with, big things when you talk about what I want to be in future. So the music was, I feel like, was I don't know, for her it was, kind of.
Yet
she felt disappointed.
Well, yet she probably idolized Michael Jackson. All these big names. That's one thing about us.
Yeah.
All right. In certain domains, we have our own stars, our own idols, but then we don't want our kids, to do that kind of thing. As a
main reason is because, like what I'm telling you right now, before, like, how the perspective or the way they see this whole thing is like, whosoever is doing music, or whosoever child is doing music, know that your child is about to get, spoiled, or he or she is gonna fail. She was like, what can you do for yourself doing music? I was like, I can build a house. She said, no, it's only Jalba Kuyate that did that. She said, there's nobody that can do that. in this country. It's only just about Kuyate, and other than that, there's nobody. So,
have you built a house yet?
Yeah, I got a house.
Fantastic.
It was part of the first, because she never let me do music. So I was like, because verbally, vocally, I did everything. I brought my uncles, my aunties, everybody. Tried to talk to her, try to make sure she gave me the green light. But, she said no, cause, she always been saying, like, I've never seen a successful Gambian musician apart from Jaliba Kuyate. So you want us to stay hungry? You want us to be renting like this forever? What are you going to be doing for the family? I was like, I can really do it with this music. She said, no, for like, I think 2 or 3 years, we've been going back and forth. But within those 3 years, I've been making sure mentally I've been configuring my mind. This is the only thing that I can do to make sure my mom give me the green light. To make sure she knows, like, I'm doing the music to make sure, like, the family is okay. We've come out from renting. We got our own house.
Oh, well done.
Stuff like that. So that's been one of my main missions when I was.
So after
starting.
you built the house, then she said, "Well, listen,
yeah.
son, I'm sorry to have studied."
Yeah. So yeah, actually with the help of Saul Fraser.
Oh, fantastic! Of Global Properties.
Because when I started, I saw Jizu did it for her mom. With the help of Saul Fraser. So I was like, with in a short period of 2 years, I was there doing a mega concert like Jizzle and Esty. In a short period of time. That's why I said, when you talk about my success, in the other hand, I'm really successful. When I look at where I want to go to, I've not done nothing yet.
There's always some way to go. There's always some way to go. And what? Okay. Why is that important? Why do you want to sing in Wolof? Why do you want to use traditional instruments and make the beat feel African or maybe Gambian?
I feel like that's the main reason why my music is outstanding, because I always try to have something I represent. So I've been standing on this like since I started, and it's been my main focus of interest, like when it comes to music production. Because then again, when it comes to hip hop or any other genre outside the world, it comes from these countries that really, took it part of themselves and tried to, sell it to the international world. So when you talk about Gambian music, we have nothing to sell yet. So that's been my problem, and it's been a worry for me. So that's why whenever I'm doing music or songs, I make sure like it's either the drum or the kora or anything that has to represent the Gambia, because that's all. When you talk about attack, that's what comes into people's mind, because that's what I do.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I make sure I tell stories that people can relate to and can easily, catch up to, like, yeah.
And some would say you are minimizing your market, because when you sing in Wolof, maybe when you use the kora and all these distinctly Gambian instruments, they would say, well, maybe he's marketing to Gambian listeners and Senegalese listeners and a few other countries where Wolof is spoken. If he wants to be really big, maybe he should start singing in English.
The target is, we want to make sure like the international people know about like what we are doing here. I mean, that's the motion, that's the vision, that's where we want to get to. Because when you talk about the big international musicians all over the world, like I said, there's must be something they're representing. When you talk of Bob Marley, he's been representing reggae and all of that type of music since, when I was not even yet born. So when you talk about the hip hop artists in America, they stand for something. But when you come to the Gambia here, we don't have something that we all can say this is ours. Like this is a genre, or this is an instrument whereby every other musician in the international world wanna play that instrument because they start to relate to it, and they're getting used to that type of music, So when you talk about local music, I feel like it's something that has not reached that level
yet.
Yet. So whenever you talk about even going out to shows and all of that, like these are things that the international people look at, because when you want to go there and do hip hop, you have people that can do hip hop more than you out there, because they're born in that tongue. That's what they always do. So you cannot do it more than them. With my Wolof and my local music, I don't believe like there's no white person or any other international artist that can do it more than I do. So with this identity I have, I feel like I can with the help of all Gambians coming together, we can come up to something that we can internationally sell. And this has been my worry, and I've been working towards it, and that's why I'm not moving. I'm trying to make sure like the white folks or the international people know about the Wolof or the Mandinka or whatsoever local music we're doing out here, because that's the only thing they can accept.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and that's the only thing they can feel like there's something we've not seen before.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the main thing that we should be all focusing on, and making sure like we have something that we agree upon.
And I would want to be the first to respond to your call to action. When you say we should all come together, all right, and work on this, I mean, it's like a project you have. How can Uncle Peter here, sitting right in front of you, help in helping to make this project come true?
We will further have more discussions, and I'll really elaborate and how I feel like we can do this, but I will summarize what Uncle Peter and other uncles and other people that really want Gambian music to go to the international level should do is make sure like we all when we talk about us, the young ones, for us to communicate and have a final say on something, sometimes it's a little bit difficult. Because the egos, some people would rather be focusing on themselves than having or taking part in some national development or whatsoever case it might be. But in this case, for you people, I want you guys to advocate more on that, like to sensitize people. Let them know that the Afro music, the hip hop or the dancehall music can never be better than what we have here. And whenever we come together as one and have a one say, and all of us are like, this what we are selling. It don't matter the language you're speaking or what you're doing. Let us all try and sell this music or this instrument. All of us work together towards it, making sure whatever you do, you make sure that instrument or that thing that we've been talking about is part of what you're doing. We all gonna get there someday,
Absolutely.
I don't know when, but the Mbala music is doing it. Other genres are doing it. Other countries are doing it. Why not Gambia still? I feel like it's just us not being united. That's the main cause, But once we have an elderly person in the midst of us, the young ones, that can really talk to us and making sure we all have a one say and we all work towards that, I believe within a short period, Gambian music or whatever we're trying to sell is going to be sold, you know.
Absolutely. Well, listen, who is Attack Gay?
Wow. My real name is Abdullah Gay, born in Latrikuna, German, you know. Yeah, since in the 90s, actually. I don't want to disclose my real age, actually, but yeah, Abdullah Gay is Attack. Actually, Attack is Abdullah Gay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know what else to say, but you know, that's the little I can say.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
And what led Abdullah Attack Gay into music? What attracted you? Into the music scene?
I used to be a big fan of Gambian music when I was young, and growing and having this Gambian music, you know, always in my mind daily, you know. When I'm doing the house chores in the house, you know, chatting with my grandmom, you know, I'm always at the radio, you know, trying to see which radio is playing Gambian music. If that station is done, I'm going to the next station, because by then I knew all the radio TV show, radio and TV shows that play Gambian music, and I was following up with them, you know, so that's how Gambian music became part of me. And
who were the Gambian bands, the great Gambian musicians of your time?
We were talking about Bai Babus, the Mandi Mori. These are the people that I was looking up to, you know, by then, you know. I mean, when I talk about people I was looking up to when I was really listening to Gambian music, these two. You know, we're talking about the Bai Babus and the Mandi Moris, the Big Fars.
Big Far.
Yeah, and the T Smalls, Mahade Hammer. I have a lot of big brothers that, you know, I've been looking up to, and they still here trying to take Gambian music to.
And did you go to see them perform live on stage or?
Yeah,
whatever?
That's the main reason why I felt like, you know, I should be part of this music industry, because when I watched them perform, I used to, you know, want to be the person on that stage, you know. So it's part of the inspiration that got me here, you know. Yeah. So
and what kind of music do you play?
I play actually I fuse the local music with whatever I do. It don't matter I'm doing dance hall or I'm doing hip hop or whatever, but whatever I'm doing, I'm always making sure, because I always do my lyrics in Wolof mostly, you know, most of the time. So when it's not me not singing in Wolof, I'll make sure the beat has one of or two local instrument that's just gonna, you know, represent my identity.